Cowboys friends, family, and all you good people who may be friends of this channel or may not. I know we have a few haters who love to come in and troll Cowboys fans. It won't work. We know too much. Draft season is here, baby. What's going on? It's your boy Foots the King, drummer, producer, thrift store enthusiast. I got this at the thrift store the other day. Hey, man, all things life. I don't got any music playing. Just got in. Been doing a lot of research on this draft, man. Even though I've, given you guys a bunch of videos, I really want to challenge myself and dig deeper, and that's what I've been doing. It's your boy Foots the King. Let's get straight into it. No highlights, none of that, y'all. I want to open up dialogue. And looking at every mock draft around, whether it's NFL Network, Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks, you're looking at a bunch of Mike Mayock. And Mike Mayock is a guy I actually do respect. I think he does quality work. Todd McShay, I think him and Mel Kiper, as much as Mel kind of gets on my nerves, I think they do pretty decent work. Like I said, the draft is whatever the team and the team's plan is. You can make a million mock drafts, but the fact of the matter is, if the team doesn't have, if it doesn't align with the team's plan, I remember all those years that we drafted old linemen. It was safety. We were supposed to draft it. I remember everybody wanted to draft Kenny Vaccaro and just, all those things. And we had a plan. So that's my example of if the team has a plan, it really doesn't matter what the mock drafts say. But in this case, just by the roster alone and what our needs are, defensive end and corner, those are the Cowboys' two major needs. Offensively, really nothing you could say. Right tackle, but we'll just have to see what happens there with Chaz Green. Is Lyle going to kick out? Definitely don't need another receiver. That would be a luxury if somebody happened to fall. Don't rule it out, but I doubt that will happen. Maybe a running back in later rounds, but the fact of the matter is the two glaring needs are in our secondary and on our defensive line, specifically off the edge. So I wanted to pose this question to Cowboys fans. Corner or defensive end? And where do you get which? Now, let me just give you a few examples. Could there be a scenario where you get a Charles Harris? Okay, so that's your 28. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Has a good motor. Somebody that I think that Rod Marinelli would like. So who's going to be your cornerback? Because with you taking Charles Harris at 28, well, now you give up a chance to get maybe a Marlon Humphreys did fall. What if Tre'Davious White fell to 28, but you say, you want to get your pass rusher? Well, he's definitely not going to be there when you pick in round 2. So what if, knowing what we know about Rod Marinelli, he's not a... See, the thing is, you have to know this team. Rod Marinelli isn't a big-name guy. So he may look at it and say, just give me the traits. Just give me a Malik Collins who, his last year in Nebraska, Malik Collins didn't have a great year, but Rod Marinelli saw the traits. He saw a 3-tech who could get up the field and get up the field very quickly. He came in for the Cowboys and he had 5 sacks. Marinelli likes to coach traits. He doesn't really want to coach the name. Also, maybe he looks at it and says, Tapper may give us something this year. We don't need to get a high-name defensive end. What if he says, nah, you guys get the corner you want. Get the safety you want. Now, because of Budda Baker's size, I don't think that the Cowboys would draft him in the first, but I would love it. But let's say, the cornerbacks, they're all over the place. So let's say a Marlon Humphreys falls. I would like that at 28. Because I can get me, not a Derek Rivers, but I can get me a solid edge rusher in the second. Because to me, I want to get a playmaking corner early. Because I just think the defensive end is so hard. You got to get a guy at corner who has a trait. Is it man press? With Kevin King, deep thirds. Not super high on Kevin King, but I like him. So these are your questions. Which one do you value more? Um, it's tough. You know, it's very tough. Do you say, let's go Marlon Humphreys 28, Derek Rivers, who I love, in the second? Most people, most Cowboys fans may say, I don't know who Derek Rivers is. But then he turns out to be something. Your expectations aren't as high. Then he turns out to be something. Or do you say, well, we got to get that war daddy that Jerry wants. So now we grab a TJ Watt. Not really our scheme, because to me, TJ Watt, you know, he's been mocked in Dallas a lot, but to me, he's an outside linebacker in a 3-4. Can put his hand on the ground, but you're going to have to work with him. And even on the edge, he doesn't really have the pass rush ability or moves yet to be something that would come in and help you immediately. But, you know, so these are the questions that I'm asking myself. What do we need more? Defensive end or corner with that number 1 pick, and how do you offset it with your second pick? It's tricky. Let me know what you guys think, Cowboys. We're only a little bit over a week away, so I'm just going to pose some of these questions. I'm done with the Versus series. It's time to get ready for the Cowboys draft. I'm going to do a live streaming of the draft just to let you guys know my thoughts on everything that's happening. And then once we do our pick, I'll give a full breakdown. But let me know what you guys think of this video. No highlights, no nothing. Just a question being posed. And give me your guys' idea. It's your boy, Fist the King, man. Signing out. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Hope I was able to get you guys thinking. Look at all these names. Charles Harris, Taco Charlton, Carl Lawson. But if you can get that lockdown corner, maybe it's Tre'Davious White. He falls. He slips through the cracks. You know, a guy who can come in and just has that ability. It's tricky, right? Corner or DN first. Let me know what you guys think.